Meghan Markle's carefully curated narrative took a serious hit during her latest appearance in Washington, D.C., where, in a moment of unguarded speech, she appeared to trip over her own story about the birth of Archie. What might have seemed like a passing comment to some was, to seasoned royal watchers like Lady Colin Campbell, nothing less than a revealing slip, one that exposes deeper inconsistencies in Meghan's long-crafted image. Speaking on Dan Wootton's Outspoken show, Lady Colin Campbell, known for her encyclopedic knowledge of royal history and her razor-sharp tongue, wasted no time in dissecting Meghan's latest blunder. Her words were clear, cutting, and utterly devastating. Meghan couldn't get the timeline straight. And in Lady CS world, that is not a minor issue. It's a fundamental crack in the foundation of Meghan's credibility. For years, Meghan Markle has presented herself as a woman wronged, misunderstood, and hounded. Every interview, speech, and appearance is engineered to support this image of the outsider who broke into the palace and was driven out by forces she claims were cruel and archaic. Yet time and again, her own words betray her. This Washington appearance is only the latest example, and perhaps the most revealing. Lady Colin Campbell's analysis went beyond surface ridicule. She pointed out, with her characteristic precision, that Meghan's inconsistent timeline regarding Archie's birth isn't a small, forgettable mistake. In royal history, dates and timelines are not trivial details, they are integral to protocol, documentation, and public accountability. Lady C highlighted that when you inhabit the royal sphere, precision matters, and Meghan's failure to maintain that precision, even in a public setting, raises uncomfortable questions. Was it forgetfulness? Carelessness? Or something more telling, a sign that the version of events Meghan has been selling simply doesn't line up? Lady Colin Campbell is not known for mincing words, and she didn't hold back here. She described Meghan's gaffe as typical, characterizing it as part of a larger pattern of embellishment and narrative manipulation. In her view, Meghan habitually tailors stories to suit the moment, often with little regard for factual consistency. This is not merely a royal commentator's nitpicking, it goes to the heart of why so many observers view Meghan with skepticism. Campbell has long argued that Meghan's public persona is built on shifting sands, a mixture of carefully staged emotional appeals, selective recollections, and subtle distortions. In the controlled environment of a friendly interview or a pre-recorded segment, she can maintain that image. But live, on stage, without the safety net of editing, the cracks begin to show. And when they do, critics like Lady C are waiting. What makes this incident particularly striking is the subject matter, Archie's birth. This isn't a distant anecdote or a forgotten minor engagement. It's one of the most important milestones of Meghan and Harry's public life. The birth of a royal baby is an event meticulously recorded in both official documents and the public consciousness. If Meghan cannot keep the timeline of that moment straight, it casts a shadow over the authenticity of her broader claims. Lady Colin Campbell seized on this point with relish. She reminded viewers that throughout royal history, the timeline of a birth is treated with utmost seriousness, from the Queen's meticulous announcements to the hospital steps appearances of royal mothers. Meghan's decision to handle Archie's birth in a secretive, unconventional way already raised eyebrows. Now, her apparent inability to maintain a consistent story about it only deepened suspicions. To Lady C, this is not just about one gaffe. It's symptomatic of Meghan's larger problem. She wants to rewrite the rules while still benefiting from the royal mystique. She wants the grandeur of royal titles, the global stage, and the power of the crown's narrative, but without adhering to the discipline, transparency, and precision that come with it. And when that discipline is missing, the inconsistencies start to pile up. Campbell's intervention on Outspoken was both devastating and methodical. She didn't rant or speculate wildly, she methodically dismantled the timeline, laying bare the absurdity of Meghan's fumbling statements. She positioned Meghan's slip not as an isolated mistake, but as part of a broader tapestry of half-truths and inconsistencies that have dogged her since stepping onto the royal stage. And she is not alone in this assessment. Lady C has built her reputation on being a thorn in the side of those who attempt to manipulate royal narratives for personal gain. Her books, interviews, and commentary have consistently exposed what she sees as Meghan's calculated efforts to control the storyline, often at the expense of accuracy. In this Washington moment, Meghan gave Lady Colin Campbell exactly what she thrives on: evidence. Not hearsay, not palace gossip, but Meghan's own words betraying her carefully spun version of events. And Campbell, with the precision of a surgeon, cut straight through the fluff. This episode underscores a crucial point: when you live by the narrative, you can also die by it. Meghan Markle has built a public persona on stories, emotional, dramatic, and often presented as definitive truths. But as Lady Colin Campbell has repeatedly demonstrated, when those stories are subjected to scrutiny, they often don't hold up.